Hey everybody, it's Miss T from the Children's Library of the Plainfield Public Library. Thanks for stopping in for another special STEM project. Now today we're talking elevators and inventor Alexander Myers. Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, like any project or any STEM project, or if you're working on one of your own, feel free to email us a picture at yp@plfdpl.info, so we can post a picture of your invention or innovation or creation. Give you something to brag about. All right. So now, an elevator. How are we going to do that? How are we going to make an elevator? Okay. So, for our elevator, you need one box, like this one right here. Now, you also need another box, a smaller box. So think like a toothpaste box or a box that aluminum foil comes in. Okay. Excuse me. Do not empty anything. Wait until it's done and mom and dad says it's okay. All right. A piece of string or 2 pieces of string or twine. So we have those here. A stick, a pole, or a long pencil. So we have that, and they're going, long enough to go through both sides of the box. A pair of scissors. So my scissors are around here somewhere. Here they are. And always, what do we say about scissors? Yes, if you need help, ask for help. So mom, dad, sibling, caregiver, caretaker. While we love that you love science, we value your safety even more. All right? So in the course of this, I will also use a pen to make holes on both sides of the box. And if you need help with that, same thing, right? Ask for help. All right. A clamp and duct tape. So get a piece of it right here. Now, let's talk elevator talk. First, we can't talk about elevators without introducing the concept of a pulley. All right, so real simple. And this is from Machines in Motion Pulleys. And this was written by Erica Manley for Bullfrog Books. Pulley and lift. What is a pulley? It is a simple machine, and it helps us lift things. Okay, just think about that. Keep that in mind. Need something to lift? Pulleys can help. All right. So I'm going to put this down. So just keep in mind the concept of a pulley. All right. Now, to make our elevator, we're going to first, I'll show you how to take the stick out. You want to put the stick through the box. Now, how do you do that? And you want to make sure that the stick stays straight. Well, first you can put it through, or just put it on top so you can measure it. So the first thing I did was do it like this. Okay. And then I took a pen and marked it. So I started with one side. Didn't do it all at one time. Took the pen. I put a hole in the box so that the stick can go through. And so you do it on one side, you have to do it on the other. Okay? So that's 2 holes. And then, once you do that, you can put your stick through them. You put it through here, on that side, and through there. Okay? Now, take your 2 pieces of twine or string. Now, when you tie them up, you want to make sure they're really, really tight. Okay? So, when you tie them up, also make sure that there's a little left here. So, I tied them up, but also there's some that's left out. a little bit on this side and also on that side. Okay, so when you tie it real tight, make sure you leave a little bit out there on the top. Then I'm going to attach. I'm going to work now on our other box. And here it is. So you recognize it. Was a toothpaste box, right? So you want to make sure you cut one side off. And when you do that, you're left with pretty much something that looks like a seat. Okay? There it goes. So we're going to now attach that to our string. So, real simple. You take another piece of duct tape. It's right here. And I'm just going to make sure, first of all, you want to make sure it's real straight. So give it a tug and make sure that string is standing straight. And then you put your tape on. You're going to put it up against the one side of the box. Tape it down real good so it looks like a swing. Okay, so that's one. Now take that. I'm pulling it down real tight. Not so tight that it'll break, but tight that it'll stand up straight. Okay? And I'm going to take my second piece of tape. And I'm going to tape it right against there as well. Alright, so that it's now on the bottom and secure, and it looks like this. Now, remember those little pieces on top, the loose piece? So we're going to take that now, and I'm going to take some glue, put a little glue on my finger here, and we're just going to put it here on the piece of twine or string that is loose, and you're going to just wind that around the stick and hold that in place so that it'll stay down. Alright, so once again, once you do that on one side, you do the same thing on the other. So put that glue on just like that, and I'm going to put it and wind it around. And once I do that, now I'm going to talk about Alexander Miles. Okay, so while that is drying, I'm going to put that there. Bring the finished elevator forward, but now we can talk about Alexander Miles. So, Alexander Miles. Inventor and patented an electric elevator, and he received a patent for that on October 11, 1887. Now, Alexander Miles was born in the state of Ohio. So eventually, he and his family moved to another state called Wisconsin, where he worked as a barber. So, let me just bring this in closer, though. And let's for a minute appreciate those whiskers that were very fashionable in the 18th century that are now making a comeback. All right. So after he married, he and his family moved to another state of Minnesota. In Minnesota is where Mr. Miles made his mark. Now, the elevator was already a widely used device. And it goes back for thousands of years, okay? But the elevator of his time looked a lot different from the ones we use now. In fact, in the 1800s, if you rode an elevator, you may have stepped into something that looked like that, or that, or that, And this is a cartoon satirizing, or maybe just not with a little bit of bad humor, kind of, really showing the dangers of riding an elevator. And why was it so dangerous? Because if the door was not open, or if the door was not closed tightly during the ride, somebody could have fallen down the shaft and been very hurt or worse. All right? So that's what elevators look like in or during the years of the 1800s. Okay? So enters Alexander Miles. So now we talked about him receiving a patent for his electric elevator. Now be clear, he did not invent the elevator. He innovated, and he received a patent for his invention of an electric elevator. All right? Now, what is a patent? It is a document that gives the inventor of something the right to be the only one to make or sell the invention for a certain number of years. Okay? Now, we discussed the dangers of elevator riding. So if the door was not closed, riders could fall out and be hurt real bad or worse. Now, it was said that Mr. Miles was actually inspired to innovate elevators because of his daughter. Apparently, there was an incident where she may have almost taken a bad tumble out, or she did fall out. So it's not really clear in the research, but what is very clear is that he was inspired enough to take an already working invention and make it better. So what did he do to make it better? Well, he added an automatic device to open and close the door, and that would prevent riders from falling out. In fact, his elevator ideal is still used in today's modern elevators. So, in total, Mr. Alexander Miles holds 3 patents, and he was inducted in the U.S. Inventors Hall of Fame in the year of 2007. So, salute to inventor Alexander Miles, innovator of the elevator, and awesome holder of whiskers, right? So this is what another diagram of his invention looked like. Remember those pulleys? When we talked about that, there goes those pulleys. And this is a picture of an elevator, what our elevators look like today. Okay? So, let's put this to the side. I'm going to now bring a finished elevator. And we already have 2 riders. We have, construction duck. And we have Moo Moo Duck. Yes, they exist, okay? And now, they're going to ride the elevator. Are we ready? Let's go. Now, if you have to help with yours, it's okay. If you have to hold, or if you have to make any adjustments, do so, okay? That's what true scientists do. Now, I'm using the clasp, and I'm turning this around and around, and what's happening? We see what's happening? Yes, they're being lifted up. Our elevator is working. Everybody's going up. And now, elevators bring us down. So now we're going to bring them down to the ground floor. Let's do it. Here we go. And if you don't have a clamp, that's okay. Just turn it slowly and carefully. And we're almost there. Almost all the way. We reach ground level, guys. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. And this is Miss T. Thank you and salute for Alexander Miles. And this is Miss T again from the Children's Library of the Plainfield Public Library. Take care, stay curious, and until we meet again, so long for now.